long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Heinz Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And his throw is incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On third down, it's Conner. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the... ...22. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Ready? Mine's 50, mine's 50. Let's go one more.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and 4 at the 30-yard line.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Here's Brissett. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him. 2nd and 5 now. Brissett. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. This is Grant. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Now Brissett. Going up top for Miller. That's caught inside the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run it here. This is James White. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They defer to White out of the shotgun. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Forced out to his left. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
50's a month. 50's a month. Who that?
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Check pass. Check pass.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Right. He's telling right. He's telling the right. Telling the right.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with counter. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And now look at him go. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Back to it after the pick-6. Mariota. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On play action, Brissett. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 29 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 29, Mariota. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability. Now Brown, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Blue 18. Get to 50. Check my 50. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
First down, Mariota. Complete. It's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The Bears in good field position to start out first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Chicago. Corey Grant, 37 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
22 yards there, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
That's it, baby. That's it.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Mariota now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Throwing, Mariota. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Interception, baby, all day, all day.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Brissett. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They will run with Grant, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Brissett. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
I'm here all day.
On first down, Grant. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Grant. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Mariota now after the fumble recovery. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Had a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. From the gun, here's Brissett. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They needed 19, and that's precisely what they got. And by the length of a football, it's a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack on 1st down, Brissett. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. 55. Watch one.
They go play action with Brissett. The catch made by Miller. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Watch the run.
On the bootleg, it's Brissett. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Every day, any day.
Throwing, Brissett. And it'll be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Watch the run. They're running it.
They'll start the drive with Samuels. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Throwing on second down, Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13.
3 down.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. He can run for it, and he will. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, QB, come on.
They stay on the ground. Here's Counter again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Brissett complete out right to Jake Butt. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
58.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the Steelers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Right back to Brown. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Everyone, you got 4 down.
Now Mariota on 4th down. Flush to his right. But it's brought in by Washington. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Mariota to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I'm going to hit you.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Telvin Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
3rd and long here for Mariota. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a give, right side. Grant, a spin. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go back to Grant. And an alley to run. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Chicago, you can't ask for a better start.